Hello! In this session, we are going to practice reading patterns together. We will make an evil eye bracelet, and I will also teach you one common way to connect the ends of the bracelet with these tube. The design you see here is my own design. I usually make this bracelet with gold and navy blue, but this time I want to make it with silver beads instead. Mostly for designing my beadwork, I use this application. The name of this application is Lumerly. But I usually continue my beading in one of two ways. Either I take a screenshot of the pattern and I import it into another app where I can mark each bead as I go, so I always know which color I should pick next, or I continue directly inside the app itself. Okay. As I told you, I always take a screenshot and I use one app in order to mark the beads. This really, helps me to reduce the mistakes and make the process much easier to follow. And I really recommend you to do this when you are beading, especially when it's your first time, because it really helps you. Okay, so I have to have the thread. Okay, I use one stopper, as I told you in the last sessions. I always keep the last 30 centimeter of thread. I go through this stopper. Okay, a stopper is not something special. You can use just one bead. How should I choose the beads that I want to use? And also I want to say that why I put the phone here. This is because if I move it closer, it's the ring light here, make a shadow here, so I don't want to interrupt you. So I put it here. Okay, here, as I told you, you should come like a zigzag. Okay. This, okay, so I have to pick up one silver bead. The next one is navy. Okay. Then silver. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 navy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 navy, and 1 silver. Before I start beading, I always double check which colors I choose, because it is very important in order not to make any mistake at this column. So the first one is silver, navy, one another silver, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 navy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 navy, and the last one is silver. So, and as you can see here, we have 10 rows, which means that we don't have to, to do one step more, which was for the odd count period. Thanks God. Okay, so let's start beading. After this one, which is the last bead that I pick up, I have to go to these beads. I choose the different color to to understand better, to I can follow easier. So after that, this is a silver. I pick up one silver bead. I pass the first one and I go through the second bead, like whatever I taught you during the last session, and you have to reach this shape. Okay, again. After that, it's this one, the navy. So when you pick one bead from the first rows, the second one is not in the second rows, is in the third row, because I have to choose these beads. Okay, I have to choose these beads. Let me take my phone closer. So after these, the first column, I go here, the 14, and these are the beads that I have to choose. This, and this. Okay. Okay, continue. The second one is navy. I have to pick up one navy bead. I pass the third bead and I go through the first one. Okay. Again, another navy. Okay, the next one is silver. The next one is this silver. And the last one is this one. Is that clear for you? Is this one? Okay. So I pick up another navy blue and I go through this silver bead and I got this shape. When you bead this column, you can also double check with the pattern you have to make sure that everything it's okay. 2 silver bead, yes. Navy, 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 okay. I have to have 2 silver beads here, 2 navies and 1 silver. Yes, it's exactly like what I have to have here. Okay. Okay, here I want to show you in details how to pick up the beads and how to read the pattern. This is very important. I think this way would really help you to understand it better, because it's zoomed a little bit. Okay, this is the first column that you have to pick up. The next one is this. After that, so as I told you, when you pick up the bead from the first row, the next beads are in the third and fifth and seventh rows. Okay. After this bead you have to go here, 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 and here. The next column is this one. After that, here, here. So by following this instruction, you never, make a mistake. You just have to be focused and mark each bead that you pick up, and to see, okay, what is the next bead. Perfect. Okay, I have beaded up to this point, and as you can see, my thread is almost finished. So here I want to teach you how to finish your thread and add a new one. To secure the old thread, I pass the needle through several beads multiple times. This helps lock the thread inside the beadwork and makes sure it won't come out later. So I pass the needle through several beads randomly. It doesn't make any difference and it's not important. As much as you can. Okay, I cut it. And now I want to add a new thread. So this is the new one, and I want to lock the thread and start to bead. Sorry. Okay, I go here. I do it several times, like when I wanted to finish the thread. I go to this one. Completely random. Okay, I go to this one. As you can see, the thread, the first part of the thread, it doesn't move. So we can make sure that our thread is locked. So I cut it. Okay. But the important thing here is to pay attention to which bead the previous thread came out from last, so I can continue from exactly the same place. This is the last bead that I came out, so I go here Now I can continue again the beading. Okay, now imagine that we have reached the desired length for our bracelet and we want to finish it. For this purpose, we need to add one bead here, 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 and here. Why? If you have worked with loom patterns before, you probably know that one common way to finish a bracelet is using these stainless steel end tube. In loom beadwork, all these beads are aligned in a straight line, as you can see here. All of them are in the straight line, which makes it easy to slide the end tube over the beads. But in a peyote, if you want to compare both things together, but in a peyote, here, the beads are staggered rather than aligned. So we need to create a straight edge ourselves. That's why we add extra beads in this space. Okay. So So I go through these beads okay. Now listen carefully. When you want to add one bead next to your bead, if your needle and thread are coming out from the bottom of the bead, you have to pass the needle through the top side of the new bead. So, what I mean, you have to pick up one bead, and when you want to put this bead next to this bead, you have to go through the top side of your bead like this. And your bead is next to the last bead. How it works? So I want to repeat it once again. If your needle and thread are coming out from the bottom of the bead, you have to pass the needle through the top side of this bead. And if your needle and thread are coming out from the top of the bead, you have to pass it through the bottom of bead. So I want to go for the next one. I go through this bead and this one. Again, I'm coming. Okay, I come out from the top side of the bead here. So if I want to add a new bead, I have to pick up one bead. I pass the needle through the bottom side of the bead. And my new bead is here. Perfect. The next one, I have to go through the bottom side of the bead, play with that one so it's on its position. So the next one here, I pick up another bead, I go through the bottom side of the bead and perfect. And this is the last one. When I finish the job here, I try to pass the needle through the random beads. It's not important for me in order to keep safe my thread. As you did it before. And okay, I will do this and I will repeat this for this part of the bracelet. I want to do it with you again. Okay, I have to add the beads here, 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 and here, exactly like the other side. So my needle comes out from the bottom side of the bead. So I pick up one new bead, I go through the top side of the bead and down. Once I have to go through the bead, the new bead I mean, then come back and go for the next one. Pick up one new bead. My thread comes out from the top side of the bead, so I have to go through the bottom side of the bead. I pass the bead through the new bead and done. Perfect. Again, I have to do it for this bead. This one. And the last one. And I repeat it for this part. I try to fix the thread by passing the needle and thread completely randomly. Okay. I cut these 3. Okay. Look at here. Now, these beads are in the straight line like the loom pattern. So, now I have to slide the stainless steel and tube over the beads just like this. Look at here. There is a small gap here, so you can do this. Try to slide the tube through these beads and done. So I will repeat it for the other side. You have to just put the first bead here and then okay, and also this one. Perfect. After that, it's time to add a little of your glue. This is the, as you can see, the 8000. So you can use this one or whatever you have for for jewelry. Yes, but mostly I use this one. It's very good. You add it into the tube. just to make sure that the bracelet is fixed in the tube. And get some time to the glue dry, and then close these parts. Okay. After that, it's time to add an adjustable stainless steel a slider chain, which can give your bracelet a really beautiful and professional finish. You can add it directly here. Here, okay. Now you have a very beautiful bracelet. I really like it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this session. Just remember that beadwork is all about practice. The more you practice, the faster you will become, and the cleaner and more professional your work will be. See you in the next session.